Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're here to do an interesting video. I never thought I would be saying these words that are about to come out of my mouth. I think like a lot of people out there. We are talking about a Nintendo alarm clock. Yes, this is an alarm clock that is made by Nintendo, and yeah, I didn't think Nintendo was going to be making an alarm clock. That definitely wasn't on my bingo card for the year, and it kind of came out of nowhere. And I decided to get it so I can review for you guys on the channel because I like interesting things on here. And even though it wasn't on my bingo card, you know, I do use my Google Home on next to me on the side of the bed because I'm a person that likes to sleep with noise in this house. Like I don't like everything be dead silent. I don't like sleeping with the TV either because I like to be in the dark. So what I've been using actually is like a projector that projects like stars in the air and kind of has like you know, soothing music that you're at the beach and stuff like that as you're kind of sleeping and stuff, just to add a little bit of ambient noise. And this kind of has that too. It's not just an alarm clock because right now I always have to set my alarm on my phone, so this may make things a little bit easier. I don't have to use my phone to set an alarm all the time if I don't want to. But this also has like sleep sounds and stuff like that from what I read, so you'll be able to like, you know, go to sleep with like music or noises and stuff like that. We'll see what that sounds like. But obviously the interesting thing about Nintendo making an alarm clock is that it's based on your favorite games. It's the fact that this thing has, you know, different properties. They said that they're going to be updating it with Mario Kart and other things in the future. Right now, I believe it's Mario Odyssey, Splatoon, if I remember correctly, and a few others that we're going to be taking a look at, and Zelda, of course. And they basically theme out the alarm clock to not only have the characters in front of you, but that also will be the sound that you get when you get your alarm clock to actually happen. And they have like seven different soundscapes between those scenes and stuff like that. So we're going to take a look at all of that. We're going to go through the setup and unboxing and, you know, see what this is like, and then I'll come back and give you guys my final thoughts. So let's go ahead and get into the video.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a brekkie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
All right, so let's go ahead and unbox this together here. Let's go ahead and take the tape off. And here is the box here in case you guys want to see a close-up Nintendo sound alarm. As you guys can see there, you can see on the side, wake up in Nintendo World's 35 unique alarms. As you can see there, and these are the games actually right here. We were talking about Mario Odyssey, Zelda, Splatoon 3, Pikmin, and Ring Fit Adventure. So those are the worlds that you can kind of start out with. They're going to have additional ones that are going to come out in the future. Like they announced Mario Kart 7 as another one. So you can see here, compatible bed sizes, because it does have a sensor on it to determine, you know, when you're actually awake or not, which we'll talk about. So there's a twin and a king bed, as you can see here. And it tells you kind of where to position it, you know, in there. So twin, between the twin and a king. So queen will also work as well. So let's see what we get in the box here. Just a little instruction pamphlet here that we'll set to the side. And then, of course, we have the alarm clock itself along with a USB cable. So let's go ahead and unwrap this here. And here it is right in front of us, the red alarm clock. I do like the way that it looks. It does feel very plasticky, so it has like, you know, that plastic feel and stuff like that. So, but that's kind of expected. It's not like it's going to be made out of metal, but it does have like that plasticky feel. But I think it looks like a Nintendo product, which is kind of the whole point. This alarm clock kind of sticks out. You got this thing on top that you actually hit the button with, and you know, all that kinds of stuff. And then of course you have the cable that you use to actually plug this in. It is USB-C to USB, and it does not come with a block, which a lot of these devices nowadays just assume that we all have iPhone blocks all over the place and that we just we can basically just supply them with a power brick, and that's their easy way of getting out of giving us one, which I think is ridiculous because they've been doing that for years. And like, obviously we've run out of those. We used to have spare ones, but when every time we buy something, they're like, oh, just use your own block. We'll just give you the USB. And it's like, yeah, you've been doing that for years. I ran out of those. Oh yeah, there's the USB cable that just, you know, plugs in via USB here on the bottom here that you just plug into, you know, the alarm clock. And now I got to go find a spare block so we can go ahead and plug this in. And I'm going to bring you guys into the bedroom so we can take a look at this and set it up. All right, so we just plugged it in, and as you can see, it is turning itself on right now, and it is kind of walking you through a little experience here on how to use it. So it's telling you to turn this dial so you could turn it, and then so you turn it to move around, which you can hear that little sound too, Nintendo chime. And then you hit down. Has LED color on the top, which is cool. Then you can go ahead and select your language. We're going to go ahead and select English. Is this okay? Yes. You can use the back button if you want to go back to the previous screen. So there's a back button right here on the top. If you guys take a look at that, there's these buttons here on the top. So you see there's a back button there, right there. All right, we can go ahead and hit next. Which region? We're in the Americas. Select your time zone. We're going to go ahead and scroll. Looking for New York. There it is. Today's date. Enter the time. There you go. The first thing I do like about it that you can see right here. Oh, you can start hearing some Mario sounds already. Turn the dial to raise and lower the volume. There you go. We're going to put ours at full volume. Very nice. Mario sounds have arrived. Try waving your hand towards the screen. Hey, that's cool, look. Really cool how it has like those animations and stuff. Place the clock on a flat surface, then move your body left and right. So we're gonna have to do this on the bed here, so we're gonna have to go get a different angle. The clock's motion sensor can tell when you move your body, as we just saw, as we're laying here next to the bed frame here. While we do this, its range of detection is called the sensor zone. Next, we'll set up the clock's sensor zone. Try laying in bed. You can resume this process if the power gets disconnected. So we are laying in bed here. While we do this, what size is your bed? We got a queen here. Place the clock no higher than 8 inches above your bed. So I think we're good there. Sitting right next to me. Where is the clock located? Mine is like at an angle. Kind of like that. That's usually how, or actually it's this one over here. So it's kind of pointing towards where I'm sleeping. So I think this is the right location here. Make sure the clock sits by the edge of your bed. We got that. The screen should face the middle of your bed, which it does. Sensor zone is now set. If you want to change it, change the clock's placement, select the sensor zone in the settings. All right. Now we can hop into bed so we can test the alarm. Here we go. Lie down, then press the confirm button down on the dial to test the alarm. All right, so we're gonna lay down here. As you guys can see, we're laying down here on the pillow and we'll begin test. So pretend that I'm sleeping. Move your body to quiet the alarm. You can see I'm moving around and it's making the noises so it knows. Next, stop the alarm by getting out of bed. So it's not gonna stop the alarm. So it's telling me to get out of bed. So I'm out of bed. Plays that like chime that you just won a video game, which I think is super cool in my opinion. It's like you won a game for getting out of bed, which I think is hilarious. Get back into bed. Well done, welcome back. Characters will come and wake up each morning. Move your body to quiet the alarm. So as you're moving around in bed, it will quiet it, but it won't actually turn off until you officially get out of bed if you're one of those people who just lay in bed waiting for it to come back. If you stay in bed, characters will keep coming up to wake you, as it says there. Get out of bed to fully stop the alarm. If you get back into bed within an hour of the alarm, it will start going off again. Interesting. Would you like to test the alarm again? No, I think we're good with that. Lastly, it's time to set your alarm. Press the confirm to open the menu. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. And then we're going to set the alarm. This is where you'll pick a scene and mode, then set your alarm. Let's see. There are several titles. We can go ahead and point you guys back at this again, since I think we're done with the portion of you guys watching me in bed right now. So we'll go ahead and point at this again. There are several titles with multiple scenes to choose from. Choose which scene you want to wake up to. So look at all these different scenes, guys, which is really cool. You got Mario Odyssey. You can do a shuffle, which I really like. So basically it shuffles and everything, so you never know what you're going to wake up to. It could be Mario Odyssey, it could be Zelda, whatever. So you always get a surprise every time you wake up, which is a great option. You can also choose Mario Odyssey if you want to, and just shuffle all the scenes within Mario Odyssey if you want to do that. Or you can select a scene within there because, again, there's 7 different scenes, I believe, in each one of these games. So you got the Fossil Falls here. Oops, I keep going the wrong direction. You got Meeting Peach, Spinning Athletics with Yoshi, Speaking with Bubba Lane, Exploring Lake Lamo. So all these different scenes, that you can select. And this is the New Donk City. This is the one that I saw in the commercial and the trailer that I really wanted to use. But you can see you have all those different scenes there. And then you can use Shuffle Daily. So you only shuffle Zelda stuff as opposed to the main one I showed you before, which shuffles all of them. And then, you can shuffle all through these. And you got all of these different scenes, as you guys can see here. All of these different scenes that you have here. Becoming with the Wind. And then you got Pikmin 4. All those different scenes as well. So a good amount of variety. And you got Splatoon 3, which is cool. And then Rig Fit Adventure as well, if you want to do that. And what's cool is that all these characters and the clock kind of comes to life and gets themed out to what you're actually selecting. So for me, we're going to go ahead right now and choose this one, New Donk City. In the mode settings, you can select your preferred alarm mode. First timer users may want to start with steady mode. This mode encourages you to get up within 20 minutes of your alarm. If you don't, their alarm will enter a louder hurry up state. So wake up to lively scenes, as you can see there, and then get moving. Other modes that they have is button mode, where you stop the alarm by hitting this top button here if you want to do it that way, like a classic. Or you got the gentle mode, where it wakes you up with gentle sounds and then kind of does it that way as well. We're going to go ahead and do the steady mode like it was referring to. Set a time for your alarm to go off. We're going to go ahead and set a fake alarm right now, just a few minutes from now, just so we can kind of take a look at what at least one of these kind of sound like, so you guys can get an idea of how this would work. So let's say, for example, let's just say we set this to 4:19. You got the little Mario chime again. And again, what's really cool about this is that when you go in here, the time you set for your alarm is displayed here. So you can see your alarm is right there, which is cool. And it says everything is set up, but there is one more thing to do. Try sleepy sounds, hourly chimes, and records too. So yeah, the sleepy sounds is what I was talking about before, that you can kind of go to sleep with. You'll learn about those through notifications. If you see this icon, press the notification button there on the top. There you go. Awesome. So we have officially set up our clock here. And what I really like about selecting all those different seasons, you guys are already seeing that here, is that it customizes everything on here. So it's not just, and this alarm is about to go off in a minute here. So I'm going to go ahead and lay back down for you guys so we can kind of see this in action here as this goes off. But you can see that it kind of customizes the whole entire look, which I think is super cool in my opinion on how that actually works. Because then it has like all those custom graphics that look like Mario, and it has like the custom font for Mario, which is cool. So, it gives you that vibe. So let's see what happens when this alarm goes off. Alarm is starting to go off. It's very low right now. It's kind of getting up louder and louder. So you got characters that show up here, as you can see. It's giving me coins if I move around in bed and it sees me moving because it knows that I heard the alarm. It's starting to give me coins and stuff. As you can see, Mario collecting them. But I am still in bed. You can kind of still hear it in the background like it shows, waiting for me to get out of bed. And if you don't get out of bed, it's going to keep getting louder and louder like you guys see here. And then if I officially get out of bed, you guys will see Mario is gone. Really, really cool. Mario has like a bunch of confetti being thrown here at the main screen while I did that. It is really, really cool the way that it did that. So we're going to go ahead and stop this alarm for the time being. And then we're going to go back into here. So you can see we have a notification already here on the clock that it was talking about before. So if we go ahead and hit that, it's going to talk about sleepy sounds, which is one of the things I was excited about. Sleepy sounds will play to help you drift off into sleep. So I'm a person who likes to sleep with a little bit of noise while I sleep. So this is cool, but only if you get into bed after your set bedtime. The sound will stop playing after 10 minutes. Let's try it out. So here we go. You can start hearing the chimes that it's playing, the sleepy sounds. That it basically plays for like 10 minutes as it talked about. You can kind of hear them. And those sleepy sounds match the theme that you're in. So because I'm in Mario Odyssey, that's kind of the theme it's going to go with. But if you switch to something like Zelda and stuff, then those are going to be, you know, those chimes, which is cool. So you can kind of hear those chimes being played right now. Or those sleepy sounds, I should say, being played right now. As I point you guys to the camera here, to the clock there, you can kind of hear them going off. And if you click on this here, this is how you get into the settings of the actual clock. So you can go ahead and set your alarm from here if you need to reset a new one. You can turn your alarm clock on and off. This is where you set your sleepy sounds. And keep in mind, just like it said, the bedtime that you set, you need to go into bed after your actual bedtime for those sleepy sounds to turn on, and then you'll have them playing for 10 minutes. So that's how that works. It kind of gives you a reminder here at the bottom. As you can see here, when you set the bedtime, sleepy sounds will play if you get into bed, you know, after your actual bedtime that you set before. Otherwise, it will not play, you know, before that. So keep that in mind. And then you got the hourly chime as well. So you'll hear an hourly chime, which will indicate the top of the hour, which is cool. So we're going to go ahead and turn that off. That is turned off by default. So cool to have that kind of chime and stuff like that. And again, I think what's really cool about all of this is that it's themed to what you're actually hearing. So that hourly chime is going to be themed to Mario because that's the scene I have selected. So everything is kind of themed to it. You got records, so as you sleep, of course, I'm not going to have much in here, but as you sleep, it will show you like the records of your sleep and stuff like that. You can track how much you sleep, how much time you spend resting in bed overnight, which is cool. The record will show you how long you were in the sensor zone starting at 3 p.m. each day. These records can be deleted automatically after 1 year. So you can see here, of course, nothing really going on yet, but I do like the interface and how it looks there. Little Mario figure there to show you that that's the one you were listening to there, which is cool. So that's how that works there. You got wake up records. You can track how long it took you to get out of bed after your alarm went off, which I think is, you know, some stats that people might like to see. That I think is pretty fun to see how long it takes people to get out of bed. If you stop the alarm without fully getting out of bed, no record will be saved for that morning. So keep that in mind there. These records will be deleted automatically after 1 year. And then these are the records. So on this one, it only took me a minute because we did that during the video. So a little bit of a cheat there that happened there. So that's all the record stuff. Then of course you have your settings here. You have your volume for your alarm. You can go ahead and turn it louder. So we're going to go ahead and turn it louder. It was only set to halfway, so keep that in mind. If you want that alarm to be louder, make sure that you set that in there. And then go back into settings here. I can't believe there's so much to talk about a clock right now. You got the sensors on that we talked about before, the date and time, the screen brightness, the dial LED is turned on, as you can see there, and the direction and connecting to the internet and linking this to your Nintendo account, sensor sensitivity and all that kinds of stuff that are here, and when restoring to factory settings, and again the volume, and you have those for each one. So the sleepy sounds were a little bit low before, so we're going to go ahead and raise that because I kind of like them loud until they turn off. So I like the way that that kind of sets on there. And then you got the system volume. If you just turn at the home menu, little chime right there. And then if you go ahead and move around through here, you can see that you can download new alarms. There is no new alarms currently, but like I said, they did say that they were going to make new ones for Mario Kart and stuff in the future. So we'll see what they come out with later. but just know that you can connect that there. And then you got your help section right here. So that's basically everything that you have going on with this clock and all the settings and stuff like that. I'm going to go ahead and switch to one of the other scenes, at least so you can see one more. I don't know which one of the Zelda ones we can pick here. So now you can see what I thought is really cool. Now you got, not only Link is in there, but now you also see he's in a campfire. Now you can see the alarm on the bottom. The clock also has it. And here we go. Their alarm's going off. And it makes that sound in Zelda because it sees me moving. So it's not the coin sound like Mario used to be. It's me moving around and stuff like that. And then these sounds that you're listening to right now that's on the main screen, this is actually the sleepy sounds right now. So again, this is now themed to Zelda, so you can hear the Zelda noises as you're going to sleep, as you can hear here. So you guys can hear that here. So we can go ahead and stop the alarm here and go back here to the main menu. So again, I really do like that everything on the interface changes along with like the format and the font of the clock and everything and the time. That kind of matches everything and kind of themes everything out, which I think is super cool in my opinion. But I think that's a good overview of the clock here. Let's go ahead and talk about my final thoughts about this product. All right, guys, so that is the overview there of the Nintendo clock, as you guys just saw. Honestly, I think it's pretty cool for what it is. Obviously, $100 that they're charging for this. I know a lot of people are saying that it's a little bit expensive, and it should. I saw some people saying it should be like 20 or 30 bucks. I think that's a little bit ridiculous. I mean, this is not just a normal alarm clock. It does have the sensors on it for it to detect when you wake up and stuff like that, and it's also got Nintendo branding on it, which means they're going to charge a premium for that too. So I think if it was like somewhere between 50 and 75, it'd probably be in a better sweet spot. 20 to 30 is ridiculous for the people who wanted that, but I think 50 to 75 would have been, right at the target. But at $100, it is what it is. That's what they're charging for it if you actually want something like this. Me personally, I thought it was cool, and that's why I got it, because I like weird things like this. It's not going to be for everyone. Not everyone's going to want, bright red alarm clock sitting on their nightstand. They're not going to be wanting to wake up to Nintendo music or Nintendo sounds, as you guys saw there in the video. But for someone like me, that likes Nintendo and grew up with Nintendo and stuff like that, and already wanted those sleepy sounds, is kind of what sold me. If this was just a regular alarm clock, I would have not cared as much. But because, like I said, I already had something else that I was using to kind of give me some atmospheric noises while I go to sleep and stuff like that until it turns itself off. And now I can have this and kind of go to sleep to like Nintendo sounds. And I obviously haven't explored every single sound that you guys saw in there, all 7 scenes for each of the 5. So I'll probably just set it to go on its own thing and kind of do it. But New Donk City is my favorite one because I just like the chime and I like the music of Mario Odyssey and that section of the game. So I like it gives me like the vibes to wake up in the energy. So I really do like that one. I like the fact that everything in the scenes has its own customized look to it. So the clock and everything changes to the scene that you're selected in. The sleepy sounds all match the scene that you're selected in. So if you're a Mario or Zelda, the sleepy sounds are going to match. And everything matches to the theme that you're actually selected in, which in my opinion, is super cool and the way that they do it. And they did say they're going to come out with more. They got Mario Kart coming, and there was another one that now I can't think of. But they did announce 2 that are going to be coming here in the future. But for me, this is exactly what I thought it was when I bought it. I wanted to, wake up to alarm clocks that are a little bit more fun. I don't have to reach over to my phone and turn off the alarm anymore. I don't even have to use my phone anymore. I have a proper alarm clock just sitting right next to me. And, it's fun to wake up to Mario tunes and music and stuff like that. And if they keep adding more scenes every couple months, it'll be fun to just experiment with those and see what those scenes are, because it's not just one scene for each game. It's 7 scenes within it. So you'll get to experience new things in there. And I think for what this is trying to do and what this is, I think it's cool. I'm happy I got it for my needs. You'll have to see if it's worth it for you. You also got all of those other features on there. And not only can you it automatically turn off when it sees you wake up, which is cool, but it's keeping track of all that so you can see your sleep schedule and how long it takes you to get up, which is cool, or how long it takes you to go to sleep and how often you're moving in your sleep. All those different sleep records that a lot of people like to look at are all there, which is an interesting thing to have, right there in front of you if you like to look at those stats while you sleep. But for me, the main reason that I got this is Nintendo music from all the different games that I already like, to wake up to those alarms and to, have some interesting fun to listen to those sleepy sounds as opposed to listening to the beach waves, which is what I usually had going on before. Now I'll have a few different game ones that are playing before I go to sleep, which, is fun and unique. Like I said, I didn't have this on my bingo card. I can't believe Nintendo made this and it came out of freaking nowhere and nobody knew anything about it. But as far as Nintendo quirky products, there's a lot of them over like the vast years that they've come out with. I own a lot of them downstairs and stuff like that from years ago. This is one of those, but it has a functional use in my home now, and I think it's cool. Whether it's worth $100 to you is obviously going to determine if you want it or not. You can only get it from now till January if you're part of the Nintendo online subscription. If not, it's available for everyone else after January. But pretty cool stuff. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below if you guys are picking one up and if you already did. If not, thank you guys for watching. Till next time.